Hello, welcome to Honey and Brown. So, what do we do here? Well, we do anime, music, and stuff.
Yeah, hi, welcome. If you're new to this channel, thank you for joining us. Typically on this channel, we do a lot of like music reactions, anime reactions. Now we're kind of getting to the trailer game because, I mean, Hollywood, movie news, all that type of stuff is kind of like our jam now. I mean, it's been like that for a while. But this one is very special just because it's Disney. This is kind of huge just because I'm a huge Disney fanatic. Like, Disney was everything. As I said in our other trailer one for Elemental, Disney was my father growing up. But so this one I'm I don't know, I'm kind of excited, I'm kind of weary, but do you know what this one's called?
I think this one is called Wish. I saw the pictures. I saw it was like an Asian family, I think, like dark brown. I don't know. Isn't dark brown like still Asian? Aren't you still Asian technically? No.
No, I'm not Asian, and after being together for almost 8 years now and being married for most of that time, I'm glad you don't know what I am. But no, actually, I don't know much about it. I know it's not. I don't think it's Asian, but this is straight up just a Disney production one, so it's not like Disney Pixar. So this is inspired by Disney100 because this year Disney is turning 100 years old, which is insane, epic. You know, Disney being the very first studio to have a animated film in theater, with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So their legacy stands a test of time. And this is their first just solo Walt Disney Animated Studios production since Strange World that came out last year, which was mid. But this one, it seems okay. I mean, I read up on the premise, and the premise kind of goes like, in the Kingdom of Rosas, a 17-year-old girl named Asha senses a darkness that no one else does, leading to a passionate plea to the stars in a moment of need. An actual star from the sky named Star answers Asha's wish. That's a sick name, man, for a star. But I am kind of excited for this because this is kind of harkening back to what kind of made Disney famous. It being like a wish upon a star, which kind of came from Pinocchio. But that's what kind of Disney was built upon, right? Like fairy tales and wishing and all that stuff. So Disney's been kind of on a slump lately, so hopefully this one maybe will turn it around. I don't know, but let's just get on to it. And if you're new, thank you again for joining us. Typically we kind of jump right into the video, and we usually have deep philosophical conversations afterwards, so hopefully you guys stick around for that. But let's get on to it. This is Disney's Wish.
Imagine a place where wishes come true, where your heart's desire can become a reality. What if I told you that place is within reach? All you have to do is give your wish to me.
I wish. Whoa! What was that? Whoa, what are you doing? Valentino, don't eat that!
It didn't work. When does the magic happen, huh? I'm talking. I am talking. Ha! Who knew my voice would be this low?
So I look up at the stars to guide me and throw caution to every warning sign. I'm sure there will be challenges that find me, but I can take them on one at a time. More than this. I make this wish to have something
Wow. Okay. I have a lot to say as usual. Because I'm more like the Disney fanatic. I know like more about the history of Disney and everything. But I want to get your, I want to get your opinion first on it before I just kind of like ramble on.
So I actually really like this one. Like, first in the beginning, like the donkey or something, like Valentino, like he kind of had like a weird, like his art in the very beginning when he was with the girl was kind of really weird. But then afterwards, like the art style was like, getting better. So I'm not gonna judge it because of that. But I really love this because like it feels really wholesome. It feels like it's telling a story. It feels like magical. Now when we are talking about like, Disney's magic, I feel like this has Disney's touch of magic. And it doesn't feel like it has any, kind of the problem of Disney, like from the last few movies they have, that there's always like an agenda. It doesn't feel like it has an agenda at all. And I don't even know, like they just basically, it's just a teaser. They basically just say like, it's just about like, it's just a place where your wishes can come true by giving your wish. So we don't really know anything else, and that kind of intrigues me. Like I love this as a teaser trailer because it's very intriguing, it's very magical, and it doesn't feel like it has agenda in it, that it's just telling a story. And I actually feel like there's a lot of potential that it actually could be the saving grace of Disney. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, so the first thing I gotta say, like, man, I'm like so lost for words because this is the first time in a while that I've been so excited for a Disney film. One is because like, just to kind of like give a bit of like I don't know, like a background, is like the last couple of weeks I've been really kind of like diving deep into the history of Walt Disney and like Disney in general. And I've been doing like a lot of like research, and I've been like looking at a lot of the movie reviews, and I've been like watching a lot of the old school like golden age of Disney, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Cinderella, like Bambi, Sleeping Beauty, like the golden age, like when Disney was like kind of on top of the world, when they had a lot to prove to like the general public, because people never thought that an animated film could ever be in theaters. And Walt Disney proved them wrong by putting Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs out, and that cemented the legacy of Disney. And Disney's been around for 100 years, so that means it's had its ups and downs. And I say like every 15-20 years Disney kind of goes through a slump. And I think right now, the last maybe like 5-6 years, Disney has been kind of going through a slump. I would say specifically the last like 3-4 years, it's been rough. I think Disney has kind of lost its way. I think it kind of got caught up in like the gender politics and just like the politics of the world right now. And what Disney forgot was magic. And like that is such like a simple word, but that's truly what Disney is. It's magic. It's magic to the fullest extent. And this trailer, from the very first like couple of like seconds, I was hooked, because it didn't seem modern. It seemed very fairy tale-esque. Like the animation was phenomenal. Like it kind of reminds me of what most of the animation studios are doing right now, which is like the cell shading. We saw it in like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, yeah, like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, Puss in Boots. There's been like a lot recently that have been kind of like not copying, but I think that's the new form of animation. And this one kind of seems like it's doing a bit of like the old school 2D Disney magic, like the 2D animation mixed with like the new cell shading, obviously mixed with like CG. So when I just saw the animation for once, and like this has been like the first time in a while that I looked at a Disney trailer and like a movie, and I'm like, I know that it's a Disney film. It just has that fairy tale, that princess, that fantasy world that we have all grown up with, and even having the song being played kind of throughout the trailer, to me that's Disney. There's no modern day pop song, even though this is like a modern day pop song, but it fits the aesthetic of the movie. And this movie just seems very like finally magic. It's not trying to like push any type of ideologies out into the world. It's just trying to tell a fairy tale story. And what I loved the most about the trailer is that it had a little like tagline where it's like, you know, a century in the making, you know, 100 years of Disney. And I'm kind of glad that this is the movie. This is going to be like the first Disney film like in 100 years, like that. Like this is the film to kind of like come out in Disney 100, and it's a movie called Wish. Like that is just so perfect because that's what Disney was built upon: wishing, magic, you know, the fairy tale world. And this one just seems so perfect. Like I don't really know what the story is. Like I can kind of tell what it is. Like you give up your wish and you get a wish, like, you know. And it's a teaser trailer, and a teaser trailer is meant to hook you and be like, I want to see more. And lately with like the Disney / Pixar films, I've been like, I'll wait till it comes out on Disney Plus. But honestly, if this is where Disney is going to, and if Disney is kind of finding its way, because now it seems like it is, if this is the film to kind of kick off the new renaissance of Disney, I would be glad to go see this in the theater just to, you know, support them, because I haven't watched a Disney film in the theaters probably since I think you and I went to go see Frozen 2 or Toy Story 4. I can't remember which one came out first, but it was one of those two. But since then, I mean, obviously the pandemic happened, so most went to like Disney Plus, but there's been a few that have gone to the theater since then, and I've totally just skipped it. But this one seems really good. You know, the main character's name is Asha's or something like that. Like she seems like she has a lot of personality in her. I love her little sidekick. You know, that's in reference to like Disney of the past, where they always have a little sidekick, and it just seems very nostalgic. It seems very much of like old school Disney with like the new school feel.
Like I love what you said about like, you know, like this is what they are like releasing after 100 years, that, you know, Disney is like, you know, built upon a wish, because that is kind of what you have been talking about. Like, yeah, he's been like so into Disney so much about, and he keeps talking to me about Walt Disney, what he went through and everything. So I feel like this is so like, you know, this is actually like really good like movie for them to come out in their 100 years, because in what you've told me, in what, like, you know, the history of Walt Disney, it's like he lost everything. Like he, you know, he made this other character, but then because he was working for a company, he was like the intellectual rights for that, you know, character wasn't his, and so he lost everything. And so he built like Disney, he built like Mickey Mouse, like his first character on his own, just based on a wish, like, you know, giving up everything, and like giving up everything, just pursuing his passion just for that one wish. And then I love when you kind of said about the premise, I actually didn't get it a lot. Like I just thought like, okay, it's a wish, and then I guess that one is a bad guy. And now with what you kind of just said, it kind of made me think about, you know, the premise of like, you know, making a wish, and then it can be about like, you know, if you know, making a wish and not really working towards it, like, or making a wish just for the sake of making a wish, and like, you know, what is the consequence of that, versus like, you know, if you do work towards it, you know, what kind of satisfaction and, you know, gratification it gives us. And I feel like it's such a simple story, but that is kind of what Disney is all about. Like, it's a very simple story, but things that we forget, like, you know, we're all adults now, and for me, I look for Disney because it's very simple, but there are lessons that we forget as adults. And so Disney just reminds us of that magic, of those lessons, of what we shouldn't be forgetting. And I really love the story that they kind of have, although I don't know what it is. But I love the teaser that they have for it, because I feel like it's just going to be a very simple story that's going to be just very profound and meaningful. And I think that is what's missing right now. And I'm really hoping that, you know, when they come out with subsequent trailers later on, that it's just going to make me fall in love more with this movie, that I would want to watch it in theaters.
Yeah, so again, I'm super hyped for this movie. Like, I actually am. Like, I remember when we watched the Elemental trailer, I was like, you know, I was kind of like 50-50 on it. I mean, to be honest, I think Elemental when that comes out. I think that comes out in June. That doesn't seem like it's going to hit the mark, but I think this one will hit the mark. It just, there's something about it. Like I usually, it's not me, but like I'm just saying, like in general, I usually have a feeling about something when it comes like to movies. Like I remember when we watched the Mario one, you know, I was like, yo, this is gonna make $1 billion. Like, and I, you know, and it's on record because we have the reaction. It's just like, because it to me it seemed like, you know, like going back to the Mario one and even going back to this, it seems like there is no adult ideologies in the sense that like the people that are creating this, they're not creating this to put in their own beliefs. They're just trying to make a good story, you know, a universal story that can connect people. And that's what Walt Disney and Disney Studios have always done. They've always connected people. And I think they've lost their way a bit. You know, they have experimented, right? They didn't go into the easy way, but you know, I think it's time to get back on track. I think it's Disney, you know, it's been 100 years. You're the, you know, one of like the longest standing studios. I think it's time to like put all these other studios down a notch because everyone else has kind of stepped up their game and Disney has kind of been stagnant and they've been actually kind of like failing. They've had a lot of box office failures, a lot of critical failures. Like, you know, back in the day when a Disney / Pixar or just a Disney film came out, it was guaranteed box office and critic success. It hasn't been like that. It's been very like 50-50. So I'm hoping this one, and I really have a, you know, a wish or a belief that it will. So I'm excited. This comes out in November. We're definitely going to go watch this one. We're probably going to skip Elemental, wait till that comes out on Disney Plus. But this one for sure, I really want to watch because first of all, this is like Disney100. This is momentous, so I'm very excited about this. But thank you guys so much for watching. Tell us your thoughts about this film and about Disney as a whole. Do you think Disney can ever make a comeback? I do, because it's Disney. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you.